Mandatory minicamp for the Cincinnati Bengals is officially in the books. And with that being said, we have more news, notes, highlights, observations from another day here at practice. Actually, a couple of days of practice, because in this video, I wanted to break down the entirety of camp for the Bengals and kind of give you guys a couple of players who have either climbed up the depth chart or, definitely risen their stock over the past few days. Now, before we jump into the video and break down basically everything you need to know, I want to give a massive shout out to, all of the Bengals media team who, works so hard each and every single day to get these highlights out for us. And, without them, these videos are not possible. So do me a favor, go follow them on Twitter. They're going to be posting highlights through all of training camp as well. And it's going to be real time. You don't have to wait for me to post one of these updates to get these highlights and news. You can get it straight from the source. So make sure you guys go follow them on Twitter if you haven't already done so. And with that being said, let's kind of dive into the video. Now, one of the biggest takeaways from, the Cincinnati Bengals camp so far has been new tight end Mike Gesicki. The versatility, the new dynamic, the field stretching ability of Mike Gesicki has been extremely vital for this offense so far in camp. And I think what you're starting to see is he's going to be a big piece of this offense. He's a guy that can, get down the seams. Once he has the football in his hands, is always a threat to score because the speed at the tight end position to outrun, linebackers specifically, but also can definitely be an advantage in, on some safeties as well. So I think Mike Gesicki has been a guy who has really, not only surprised me, but has made a name for himself so far. Obviously having a bad year in New England last year, not really too surprising there. But now with Joe Burrow, I would not be surprised at all if Mike Gesicki kind of reestablished himself as, a top tier tight end. Maybe not top 5, top 10, but top 15, top 20. I think he's going to work his way up there and be a common name around the NFL if he can continue to stay healthy and show the versatility that he has over the last few days. I'm also very high on Amarius Mims. The dude has learned so much over the past few days, not only from Trent Brown, who has kind of moved interior to the right guard position at times, and you have Orlando Brown on the other side. So they are really doing a good job, having guys mentor Amarius Mims right now, and I feel like they've given him a lot of chances on the field, to be in the starting offensive line, to get opportunities, and I feel like he's garnered the trust from the coaches to be like, hey, I think we could throw this guy in, and he could be, trustworthy, reliable, someone that we can count on at the offensive line position. So I feel like Amarius Mims has done a really good job. You also look at a new running back, not a new running back, I should say, but Chase Brown. I feel like Chase Brown is going to be unique for this offense. Someone who can add unpredictability in terms of the passing game, come in here, make some big time plays in the passing game. And I feel like he's also just taken a step up from being more built out. His frame looks a little bit better, and I don't know if he's going to be the day one starter with Zach Moss here now, but I think he's definitely the number 2 running back on this football team. Now, correct me if you think I'm wrong here, but in my opinion, I see some really good potential out of Chase Brown. Now, before we finish off this video and break down some other guys who've been really standing out, do me a favor, hit that like button, but also, more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's free. It doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering the Bengals throughout the entirety of the offseason, not only for mandatory minicamp, training camp, preseason, regular season, but we're going to be breaking down the film of games as well. So join the family. Again, it's free, doesn't cost anything. Lastly, if you want to watch some Bengals games with me live, kind of break down film in real time, make sure you guys follow my Twitch. Going to be live on there a lot more during the regular season, preseason, breaking down film and whatnot. So make sure you guys do that. It's Matty Dubs with 3 S's, or just you can find the link in the description below. So what else has kind of broken out here? Charlie Jones. Charlie Jones is another guy. With T. Higgins out, he's getting a lot more opportunity, and I feel like he's definitely I feel like he's definitely taking advantage of that, right? Not just playing in the slot, but getting some outside reps as well. I'm excited to see what he can build on going into next season, and I definitely do think his impact will be something that the Bengals will need going into the season, especially if T. Higgins, misses training camp. I think Charlie Jones will get a lot more reps, a lot more opportunity alongside Jermaine Burton, who has looked really good as well. Defensively, there's been a couple of notes throughout camp so far. I feel like the biggest one is the CB2, right? Cornerback 2 competition. You have DJ Turner and you have Dax Hill. I mean, Dax Hill is interesting because obviously natural position at safety, but they are figuring out a little bit as time goes on that, he's got more versatility, a new dynamic that people didn't really notice before. And now the energy that he's bringing to practice is something the coaches have, really, really liked so far. So him and DJ Turner are going to most likely continue to battle it out over the next few weeks and months here as we lead into the preseason, regular season time. But man, DJ Turner and Dax Hill are two really fun DBs. And you look at the secondary here in Cincinnati, man, the depth is something that you really have to talk about in terms of the secondary with guys like, Cam Taylor-Britt and Mike Hilton, DJ Turner, Von Bell, Geno Stone. I mean, you talk about a former first-round picks in Dax Hill coming off the bench potentially, and a third-round pick of last season in Jordan Battle coming off the bench. I mean, they are deep, they are hungry, and these guys work really, really hard each and every single day. I'm excited to see how this DB room, continues to improve each and every single day. And I think, speaking upon that, Von Bell is going to be massive for the team. Obviously, went to explore a new home last year. Didn't really work out the way he wanted to, but his return has been, massive. And he will be a day one starter. The impact he has on this football field, potentially alongside Geno Stone, who is a guy who really has a knack for turnovers. I think this two, safety duo is going to be insanely fun to watch. And I'm excited to see these guys continue to grow together and build that chemistry as two brand new safeties coming to Cincinnati that were not on the team last year. What else have we seen here? I think, what's really interesting in my eyes is actually going back to Andre. I don't know how to say his last name, but the wide receiver. I feel like he's probably been the best wide receiver this summer. I don't know why I didn't mention this earlier, but he's looked really good. And again, you got to take it with a grain of salt. There's no pads, no contact and whatnot. But, one-on-one, 7-on-7s, 11-on-11s. He's looked really, really fluent so far in getting in and out of his routes, breaking out, breaking in, whatever it may be, coming back to the football. This dude is someone that I'm expecting a jump from. And again, especially that T. Higgins and Jamar Chase were not practicing, you get a lot more extra reps, but, he is someone I'm high on. So let me know what you guys think down below. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications. We will be covering the Bengals throughout the rest of the offseason. Everything you need to know, we got you guys covered. Make sure you follow Twitch, join the family, and I will see you guys in the next Bengals update, which should be pretty soon. So peace.